Hi everyone, it's Ann. Today we're going to take a look at a brand newly released deck, an Oracle deck called Visions of Duality Inspirational Cards. And it's due to be out on November 8th, 2023 according to Amazon, but it's been released early. So it is available now to purchase on both Llewellyn's website as well as Amazon's website. And a big shout out to Llewellyn Publications for sending this out to me to review. The author is Barbara Ciardo and Riccardo Mimetti. Not sure how to pronounce that. It is in a rectangular hard case 2-part box. And it's published, oh, this is better, Barbara Ciardo and Riccardo Mimetti. The font is clearer here versus this font. I couldn't make out the letters. But anyway, on here, the publisher is Ciardo. So once again, on Amazon, it's Llewellyn. So I believe it's published by Ciardo, and then Llewellyn distributed the deck in the United States for Ciardo. All right, so it's a book and 36 inspirational cards, and it is in different languages. So standard 2-part hard case Ciardo box. Inside is just black lining. It does have a black ribbon to match to make it easy to pull out the cards and the guidebook. Here's the guidebook, and we'll take a look at it in depth after we look at the cards. And the cards are underneath. Pull it up with the ribbon. Just black inner lining inside of the box. Here are the backs. Let me zoom out a tad bit. And they are reversible, not gilded. They are papery versus plasticky. And comparing it to a plaid back tarot card size, they are taller and wider. And comparing it to a Hay House Angel card, they're the same. So they're the same size as a Hay House Angel card if you're familiar with Hay House Oracle cards. So let's go ahead and zoom in and take a look at the cards. Now, as you can see, they are pretty much borderless with the exception of the one border at the bottom where we have the number and then the key phrase. So starting out, we have card number 1, The Many Faces of Nature. So it's one of those decks that you kind of look at for a while and contemplate to make out the illustration. Reasons of the Heart. Visions Made Prophecies. Scales of Reciprocity. I have the hardest time pronouncing that word. Burden of Creativity. Very interesting. Look at that. The Gilded Cage of Possibilities. The Threshold. Under a Sky of Random Fortunes. Very interesting. Look at that. Coming of Age. Facing the Shadow. Depths of Potential. The Call and the While. The Spark That Dreamt of Fire. That looks like a dragon. Clothes for the Psyche. The Temple of Learning. Let's zoom in. The River of Time. Here and Now. the farthest shores, the maze we walk, like water in the desert, the castle that broke at dawn, covenant of candlelight, raw is my heart, the sins of the flowers. And then for whatever reason, so there's 21 of these. The first 21 cards are number 1 to 21. And then after the 21st card, they started, they renumbered again with Roman numeral from 1 through 12. So I have to look at the guidebook to see if it explains the difference between the two sets and why it started over with number 1. So we have healing, birth, hope, worth, care, trust, violence, death, despair, emptiness, neglect, betrayal. And there's the back. One more time. Let's take a look at the guidebook. Harder cover. Table of contents. So it's in English, Italian, Spanish, and Portuguese. Visions of duality, breath, expansion, release. Duality is the conceptual manifestation of the overflow of existence. Human mind is geared to understand duality as an underlying expression of the complexity of the universe. It starts from the universal and yet somewhat ambiguous symbol of the heterosexual couple and declines itself through the sun and the moon, the yin and the yang, forward and backward. What is not universal but mostly a cultural construct is the idea that we have to choose between one aspect of reality and another. Dear child, do you love mom or dad more? Are you male or female? Do you vote yes or no? Obviously, sometimes the choice is there as proper and needed as many choices. Other times, however, our anxiety to feel ourselves on one side or the other is just a very basic answer to our need to simplify rather than embrace. For instance, dear reader, are you old or young? And while you may resent such a question, and rightly on, odds are you are neither and both. Interesting. So this deck is a deck about reality. About duality. I meant to say duality. Somehow I said reality. Maybe it's a Freudian slip. All right, so I just read that to give you an idea. And then we have the line and the circle, visions, the structure of the deck. Okay, here we go. The deck is composed by 36 cards. While the back is the same, actually the cards are divided into 2 sets. 24 cards of duality, number with Arabic numbers, and 12 cards of polarity, number with Roman numerals. So that answers our question with the different numbering. So the first 24 cards are of duality, and then the next 12 cards are of polarity. The frame at the bottom of the cards will be of different colors between the 2 sets. All right, so these are black, and then these are white and brown. See, so these are black, and then the second set is brown, white and brown. So the frame at the bottom of the cards will be of different colors between the 2 sets, and also the title will be different, as the duality cards will have a full sentence while the polarity cards will have a single short word. So here's the phrase, and these are just words. Okay. Within the duality cards, the artistic vision will have two opposite concepts coexist at the same time. Sometimes their relationship will be harmonious and intertwined. Other times they will be complementing each other but staying distant and separate. However, they will always be a single vision. One part without the other will have no meaning. And to quote Parmenides, again, to have no meaning, it means it does not exist. On the contrary, the polarity cards are meant to be unbalanced. They are strong, maybe, and they offer a powerful vision, one that can fill our senses, but while they exist alone, they are not meant to be complete. They will be lacking foundation, competition, or restraint. 6 of these cards, from number 1 to 6, are visions of concepts we usually consider positive, such as healing or hope. The remaining 6 are visions of things we usually consider negative, such as violence or solitude. Using this deck, one may realize that once brought in the inner world of a reader, polarity cards crave to be complemented and to form a duality. Yet they were not created as to have a twin each, but they can be paired almost randomly and still create a beautiful and meaningful duality. Wow, how to look at a card. The first gate to connect with a card is through the artwork, while words bring out, in most cases, the rational part of our brain. Artwork has the power to directly reach our feelings. Sensations are born from colors, shapes, shadows, even before they condense in a recognizable character, symbol, or structure. Each card has a title, a sentence. While it is descriptive of the card, it is only meant to be a spark to the creative thinking and or feeling of your own intuition. The card does not tell a story, as it could be a comic book. It tells many and full stories, and each of those could resonate with you in any given moment. All right, so that I'm not going to continue reading, but that gives you an idea of the deck. So a very simple example could be the card number 2, Reason of the Heart, which reproduces the duality between reason and emotion. The owl is the symbol of the goddess Athena, while the dove is the symbol of Aphrodite. The two goddesses seem opposed, but at the same time a mirror to each other. The flight of their totem animals seems to point to a different direction, but at the same time suggests a subtle circularity within the card. One would not notice it immediately, as the center tree creates a vertical barrier, and yet is still there, undeniable once perceived. The 2 moons in the sky further suggest the idea of the Tao. Okay, so this is a deck about duality and polarity. Very interesting. I don't usually read that much, you guys, but since this deck is so different, I thought I'll read parts of that guidebook to give you guys an idea for those that may be interested or wondering what the heck this deck is about, because it's very different and unique. So with that said, I'm shuffling the deck. So overhand shuffle is fine. Let's do this vertical shuffle. Oh, they're very easy to shuffle. They'll even riffle shuffle. So very nice. So flexible, bendable. Oops, that's my bad. I didn't hold it right. Yeah, they will riffle shuffle. Let me do it this way. One more time. Yep, they will riffle shuffle. And then vertically is fine as well. So let me do it one more time and bend it back because it's bowing the other way. All right, so you get the idea. Let's take this card since it kind of flew out it slid out. So I'll put it there and let's look it up. So it's number 8. How to use this deck. There's a few layout spreads and then duality cards. And then it starts going through the duality cards. So we want number 8. So there's no picture of the card. It just has the phrase. And then it has the about a paragraph worth of writing. So under a sky of random fortune, serendipity versus misfortune. When the soul suffers too much, it develops a taste for misfortune. Albert Camus. Or Camus. I think it's Camus. Camus. I remember he's one of those authors that is required reading back in the days when I was in high school, I believe, or middle school, one of those, elementary school. I don't think elementary school, probably high school. All right, I think that's a typo. It says ever, it's supposed to be ever. Have you ever wondered how much you had been the maker of your life and how much your life had been the maker of you? Since the moment we have been born, we have been subjected to the capriciousness of life and the randomness of happenstance. In other words, shit happened. And we would never blossom out without that. Still, we must always pursue some sort of serendipity, else we get addicted to pain and misery, just because we feel them as quote-unquote normal. Advice, do not forget to cherish the little things, else you forget yourself to sadness. Wow, this is a deep deck, you guys. It's going to take some, contemplating and thinking and getting familiar with the deck. But if you want to go deep, philosophical, dig deep, something to contemplate and do some introspection and some thinking, this would be a good deck to go deep on if you want to go deep on a particular subject or a connection, relationship, life, philosophy, those who are philosophical. It may not be for everyone because it may be too deep for some people. You may not want to go that deep, but that's just my first impression. I have to work with it and see how it reads, if it's accurate, but I already feel it's a very deep deck. It's one of those that really force you to go deep and think and go even deeper. All right, you guys, so that completes the walkthrough for the Visions of Duality inspirational cards. So I hope you guys enjoy that. I know I did more reading than usual, but since it's a different type of deck and it's not the standard oracle or tarot, I thought I'll take the time so you kind of understand. And as usual, if you are interested in purchasing the deck or checking it out, reading more about it, I will put the links in the description underneath the video, and you can get it once again on Amazon or from Llewellyn's website. And once again, a big thank you and shout out to Llewellyn Publishing for sending this out to me to review. So hope you guys enjoy that, and I will catch you again on the next video. Bye.